Hey guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to the episode of Cards and Castles Known Combos, where today we are looking at a deck that you probably have seen on my channel before, and I have done sort of a showcase on the deck, kind of. I'm referring to the Red-Yellow Last Will that I did back in October. It's been a while since I've really touched or done anything with the deck, and that's because I've kind of left it aside for now and wanted to focus on some other projects. Kaiju Last Will, School of Evolution. So the last will, in my eyes, kind of taking like a back seat personally, just also based on what else is being run, where you have so many more options to block last will. I'm not saying that it's not a bad deck. It's still, I would say, a decent one, especially for red-yellow, which doesn't really see too much prominence than it did a few months ago. But I have changed my list a little bit to create sort of a new iteration of it, a new hybrid, if you will, just based on some of the recent patch things that have been going around recently and trying to adapt to that as much as possible and seeing what the community thinks about some of the, or some certain cards or, you know, some opinions of those colors. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the Mage Will deck list and show you guys what I've got going on for this iteration of the Red-Yellow Last Will. Alrighty, so here's a deck list for the Mage's Will. Obviously, it's not really too different from the last Will deck that we used. We obviously have the Andrews as sort of the star of the show, getting all the buffs from the various Last Williams we have in here, which we'll scroll down to and check out later on. We've got Arcanon General to reiterate those Last Will effects. You know, we see Tarius Files over here. Grendel, I know some people kind of are off, you know, a little here and there with Grendel. He is a beefy unit, but his he does have a last will, so it does go to Andrew. Even though you don't want to reactivate that last will, so you don't want to play with General. So there's some, you know, kind of, I understand some debate there. Also running Arcanon, similar to the last one. I find the self-disruption a bit useful, but lately I've been considering adding a bit more beef in the form of Northlands Rangers. So if you guys don't have Arcanon, feel free to drop in Northlands Ranger for where you see Arcanon. That might, you know, help you being able to construct the deck. So you know you can save yourself some shards by not really going for Arcanon. You can go ahead and toss in Ranger, because again, the extra beef certainly does help. And then we see the Mage aspect of the deck kind of take form here. We see Tarius and Darkbender. Darkbender, extremely strong since, you know, the last few patches, being a 4/5 for 4 gold. If you're not running a Warlock deck without Darkbender, you are putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage, I believe. And then you also have Tarius, and Tarius certainly does help in terms of just getting a bunch of resources into your hand. I found with this deck that does really pride itself on being able to collect a ton of resources fairly quickly from, you know, draws like Tarius Files, Tarius. I don't know, am I running Grotesque? Oh, I'm not running Grotesque. You could run Grotesque probably in here for even more draw, but I mean, I think with the Tarius and with both Tarius Files and RedMaster, along with the Craxus, you don't really need to have Grotesque. Although, if you don't really have the Tarius, you can of course switch in either the Grotesque if you feel like you want more draw, or the Wizard, since that is pretty much available to everyone. And then you can again kind of work your way up to getting Tarius. But I mean, for now, Tarius has been treating me well, and he is a mage, which does help the card you might have seen over here if we scroll over. The Arcfire. I did want to play around with the Arcfire a bit, and this is kind of the reason why I made the deck in the first place. You know, it does, in a way, provide a cheaper blue firebolt to most people. You know, dealing 2 damage if you don't have a mage, but dealing 4 if you do. I tend to hold the Arcfire in hand before I throw, you know, a mage at, or before I use it, unless I'm absolutely forced to. But lately I've found that it's not really an issue with, you know, holding a Wizard, or holding a Darkbender, Tarius, or Wizard, because I was testing Wizard before. And then being able to throw out an Arcfire either directly on the same turn, or, you know, the following turn, since sometimes they don't have the direct removal for it. It's a fun card. I did want to play around with it, but again, that's where people kind of look, you know, because I did show this deck off previously, or at least I mentioned it before, and that's where people start to, you know, we're like, why would you run Arcfire? That's, Arcfire. I get it. I get it. It's not a card that everyone goes to, but I wanted to kind of experiment it with it, see how it does. And again, it is a cheaper blue firebolt if you consider the fact that you are throwing this out, at least with a mage on the board. So that's always the goal. But other than that, you can kind of see some of the same cards you were rocking in the previous 3K deck: Defective, Lumber, Salahar Rider, Flower, Banshee, Blacksmith, Flamestorm. You know, all just the good things you need for Last Will. Probably not the Arcfire, but you know, I digress. And also, I'm throwing Flame Prince in here as well because you know I've heard lately that Flame Prince is starting to pick up some momentum, starting to pick up some traction. So I'm testing him out in a few Warlock decks myself, seeing how he plays out. So I can't really give, you know, a hefty evaluation of the Flame Prince. I mean, he does slowly build up, and you probably see on TV, a couple of Warlock users do use him. So you can probably see his value there, rather than, you know, immediately in here. Again, I'm still trying to test out Flame Prince, so hell, he might even go at one point for some Grotesque, you never know. Add some more draw to that deck. But anyway, enough of the deck itself. Let's go ahead and see how this deck tests in actual combat. So, away we go. Alrighty, so, hand's not looking super strong. I'm gonna have to replace all of these. Wow. Alright, I'll take that. 2 Lumberjacks and an Arcfire. I could probably hold on to the Arcfire until I get one of our later Wizards, or Mages, if you will. Darkbender, Tarius. Gonna be the cards that we're looking for to really utilize the Arcfire. But, for now, we can just throw out the Lumberjacks. Craxus, I mean, okay. It's fine, but not what I'm looking for. Alright, we're gonna get, let's push Sunflower rather than Lumberjack. Let's see if we can get some early damage, early aggression on him. I notice he's not running Crusader, so he's not going to be able to heal any of this damage that comes off. So, well, let's see, miraculously draws something, but we'll have to see. Ooh, look at that. Brilliant. We'll grab ourselves a Darkbender and... Yep, grab a Tarius and a Darkbender. Interesting. Probably going to hold on to both of these for now. Well, actually, playing Darkbender next turn and then potentially getting use out of this Arcfire. I have another Lumberjack draw if I need to, but right now this Scout's going to be a bit of a problem. Okay, not really a problem anymore. Okay. Hello, where are we going? Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll see if he does anything to react to the Darkbender. He does have some movement capabilities with Ninja, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping maybe drawing the Scout closer, force a trade with the Lumberjack maybe. Obviously he's saving. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this could be potentially troublesome. Alrighty. Alright, well, okay, maybe not so much troublesome. Let's go ahead and use our Arcfire here to actually, you know what? Actually, let me get Tarius out and force a trade with the Scout here and hold on to the Arcfire for a potentially bigger threat down the road. With how close Sunflower is approaching, I'm expecting maybe another big unit here to maybe trade with the Sunflower. Lumberjack not going to do what you want for the board unless you sack something. Okay, Rider. Although that's a hefty investment for him, sacking 2 units that he didn't really have to sack. I mean, I get that you were using them for the Last Will potential, maybe, but... and it hit the Darkbender, which I'm not really excited about, given the fact that now it's in lightning range, or lightning blade range, I should say. Alright, and that happens. Okay. Yikes. Alrighty. He is protecting that Scout quite a bit. Let me see what happens if I do this. He can't actually hit that. Perfect. It's a little risky given the fact that he's running, you know, chain and leaving the Darkbender out like that. I have Tarius though, so I'm not too worried about losing said Darkbender because we're getting a lot of resources into our hand, not only from Tarius, but potentially from some Arcanon draw, thanks to the Tarius files, which I'll be playing next turn, hopefully. And then, hell, if he decides to kill off that Lumberjack, again, we can get more draws. So you see how this deck really does go through a lot of resources kind of quickly once it kind of gets going. Alright, that's a Faithful Drake. That's a... okay. Nothing I can't handle. And see, look, we're getting a lot of resources, which is good. So let's go ahead. We're going to drop Tarius here. Tarius is going to hit that. He comes up here. Tarius files. Blast the armory with the arc fire. Pound the Faithful Drake. Get more resources. Flamestorm and Banshee. And then throw the Banshee. And I'm not seeing Andrew, which kind of makes me upset. I mean, yeah, if we did have Andrew, this would be a lot, you know, we'd be able to produce a bigger unit with how we're doing. But right now, I'd say we're pretty good. We're in a great position. We definitely hit off the... oh, okay. As I hold myself back for a minute. God, okay, I have all my Flamestorms in hand. Interesting. Actually, hold on. Let me get... no. Let me get Arcanon General on the board. Hit you. Get Shadow Katana off of that. I'll definitely take that. And then I'll go for a Defective Flame Cannon. And then we'll throw out the 1 gold Salahar Rider. Alright. Swordsman. I mean, I can't say I didn't see it coming. Maybe. I don't know. I was hoping he'd maybe waste a chain. But again, that would be a horrible chance. Or that'd be a horrible trade. Why am I suggesting that you would chain there? Don't chain there. Not the thing to do. Instead, push with Arcanon. Or Arcanon General. I guess. Again, horrible transition. I think next turn I want to get Kraxus out, though. That'll be good for the board. We are trailing in HP. He's got us by a 2 HP difference. Throwing out the Ranger, but not going to follow up. And then, okay, wisely protecting that. Interesting. See if I can trade places here for a moment. Yeah, Tarius is going to be a little awkward right now. Hopefully he's fine with that. We'll see what gets prioritized, and then... I really want to throw something down here, but he could have some sort of lunging chain. So instead, let me just go ahead and put the Flame Prince down there, and we'll call that a turn. So now that we have Andrew going, hopefully our last will can mean a lot more. He might be tempted to go ahead and hit Salahar Rider just in case Arcanon doesn't grab any additional last willpower. But then again, he would be wasting the Ranger rather than lunging it out and hitting potentially some big targets here. Because right now, this is a nifty chain setup. It's going to do a lot for him. Ranger, Swiftness. Okay, Tarius is gone then, I guess. Is that what I'm going? That's what I'm seeing? Yep, Tarius is gone. You still got problems on the board, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that doesn't really solve said problem. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Smack out this Ranger real quick. I'll hit him, that's fine. And I could do this. Hit him. Okay, Blacksmith is gone. That still wouldn't be really worth it. We'll hit him. Let's say, could this potentially work for me, maybe? I mean, I'm going to have to do this. Ugh, even then, that's still horrendous. We'll see what he does with that. I have Hands of the Saints, so I'm not worried about dropping HP too much. But that was a rough exchange for sure. Okay, Demon Hunter and Armory. Okay, okay, I can respect that. Ooh. Yikes. Do I want to do... Yeah, hold on. Burn away the shiny Armory. Attempt to crack this push, question mark? And then throw Andrew down there. Sunflower pushes up all the way forward. So, spreading out to avoid chain. Demon Hunter, though, is held back. Not in defense, which is surprising. Which means, to me, he's probably got something to add on top of this. I don't think it's an OTK, though. I'll tell you that much. Armory, okay. Second one going down. My hope is that he guns for Andrew and not Crocus, because I want to get some more draw going. He falls back with the Demon Hunter. Okay. Only to summon another one. And still not do anything with it. Okay. Do I want to even do... I think I want to, just for the pure benefit, yeah, of doing that. And then to avoid any shenanigans, we'll heal up. Okay. Yep. Double Flamestorm was the right call there, because we put him in a difficult position. Both Demon Hunters are lost, the Armory is lost. Sunflower was a waste. I tried to use as much as I could out of him, but it happens. But I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the game. I don't really see him getting out of this, especially dealing with a 5-5 Craxus, or, yeah, 5-5 Craxus on face that can draw me more resources, and then having a 10-9 follow that up. It's going to be a bit difficult for him. But, I mean, hey, Dragon Knight, that's not going to do much, unless one of these guys, okay, that's a big buff. And then, yeah. Alright, so, unfortunately, going to be game over for him. I'm going to throw it out. Flamestorm. Little heal action going, and then, boom. Drop the 10 damage. Beautiful. Alright, not too shabby. I would say that went pretty well. We saw the Last Will obvious synergy in there. We saw the use of Arcfire and the Mages, how since they're a little bit more incorporated into various decks, we see how they can actually benefit Last Will as well. So, yeah, again, a very successful demonstration, I would say, of what the Mage's Will deck can do. With that being said, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Known Combos. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button, share with and comment down below your thoughts on the Mage's Will deck. I know, again, I hadn't really made a known combo video for the Last Will originally. I know I did like that 3K showcase of it, but hopefully now, with a bit more of Mage support, my little own twist on it, you know, I can finally show it off in this regard. So, like I said, if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, you know, all that good stuff. And be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel or haven't done so already. Greatly support the channel if you guys just click the subscribe button, no additional cost to you whatsoever. And that's to do it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.